What's up, Crown Kings and Queens? Welcome to another episode of Crowned by Kenzie. All right, guys, the Queen has emerged from her slumber and has spoken.
How you doing?
But before we dive into that, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and hit that notification bell so you'll know when we post a video or we go live. Now, Wendy Williams, who is known for her blunt honesty and unfiltered opinions, and her recent interview about Diddy's charges are no exception. The rap mogul has been dominating headlines lately, and Wendy didn't hold back when sharing her thoughts on the controversy surrounding his career as well as his public image. These charges have sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, with many fans and fellow celebrities speaking out in support or criticism of the rapper. The allegations have not only damaged his reputation, but have also raised questions about the darker side of celebrity culture. As the news continues to unfold, many are left wondering how this will affect Diddy's legacy and the music industry as a whole. The drama surrounding the charges has been the topic of discussion on social media, with many weighing in on the situation. One thing's for certain, Diddy's career will never be the same after this. But the burning question on everybody's mind these days is, what would Wendy have to say? Well, wait no further. Wendy speaks out. And this is all according to People magazine, okay? Per usual in this interview, Wendy didn't mince her words when discussing her feelings on the developing saga. Take a listen. Wendy Williams says it's about time Diddy is investigated for sex trafficking. The TV personality offered a comment to the Daily Mail 2 weeks after the rapper's arrest, despite being in a care facility and under a court-ordered guardianship. Wendy Williams has spoken out about Sean Diddy Combs and the sex crime allegations against him. The former TV personality, 60, broke her silence in regards to Combs' ongoing sex trafficking and sexual assault lawsuits in an interview with the Daily Mail on October 1st. Williams, who told the outlet she was doing good, was recently diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. She is currently in a care facility and under a court-ordered guardianship with alleged limited contact to her family. Speaking to the Daily Mail, Williams said she has allegedly known about Combs' behavior for a long time. What is really weird is that I have been told by so many people, Wendy said, you called it. And to some people from my family who have said the same thing. You know how I feel about that? It is about time, Wendy shared, to see this video on TV of Cassie getting pummeled. It was just horrific. But now you have to think, how many more times? How many people? How many more women? It's just so horrible. Prior to Williams' comments, she and Combs have had a history of disputes, in which we will get into that. In 1998, Combs allegedly, had Williams fired from her hosting job at the radio show for Hot 97, according to Charlamagne Tha God, and which we'll get into that too, who referenced the rumor on May 2024 episode of the Flagrant podcast. Combs' former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has also previously commented on Combs allegedly getting Williams fired from the show. Williams' comments came after the October 1st news that the rapper is now facing lawsuits from 120 new abuse victims. The claims are following Combs' September 16th arrest, where he was charged with federal racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Federal authorities allege that Combs abused, threatened, and coerced women and others, men, and led a racketeering, allegedly, conspiracy that engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice, among other crimes, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of New York. On September 29th, sources told People he is no longer on suicide watch. The next day, his attorney began the process to file an appeal for him to be released from prison. And we got into that in my previous story, and I will leave the link at the end of this video. So make sure you take a look, as well as my deep dive into the 14-page indictment, just in case you've been living under a rock. It's no secret. Wendy and Diddy have a clouded past together. And it dates back to the days of Wendy on the radio, where she really didn't care what she said or who she said it about. Wendy has never shied away from her thoughts, as well as the idea, known or unknown, that P. Diddy, along with others in the hip-hop community, are closeted homosexuals. I want you guys to take a listen.
It's very effeminized, but be very clear. There were lots of homosexuals in hip hop back in the 80s too, that was what's worse, hip hop wearing skirts or hip hop being closeted and having a plethora of kids to prove manhood, that and denial of something that you shouldn't have to deny, which is your sexuality.
But I love that you have 6 kids, 3 babies' moms.
Yes.
Okay.
And they all taken care of.
That's right. I know. Mother of a now 16-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Who I met backstage, he
did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
But we come from a very homosexual era of hip hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle.
I must say it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I want to just tell you how proud I am of you, because I don't think you get enough credit for being the first one to really cover our culture and just understanding that it's new. Not just saying that's all that you cover, but you started shedding light on our culture and our people, and thank you very much.
Thank you. I accept that.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, I know I pissed a lot of people off, including you. Mm-hmm. But this is a full circle moment, everybody.
Yes. Listen, man, when I saw that, knowing the history behind all of that.
Because you know the history.
Yeah, well, y'all had bad blood for a while.
Real bad blood. The worst blood.
The worst blood. You almost he wanted to run you out of New York at one point, right?
Run?
Well, not run, like push you out of New York at one point. He had you ran out. You give him full credit for that? Okay, cool. He had you ran out of New York.
As mentioned in the article, Charlamagne the God, one of the hosts of the syndicated Breakfast Club, shared his feelings regarding Wendy and Diddy. And before we get into Charlamagne, we're going to circle back around for Gene Deal, because he was mentioned too in that article. Gene Deal, in case you did not know, was one of P. Diddy's former bodyguards. And he has been speaking out a lot lately about everything that took place when he was working for Sean Combs.
Puff got one of the hottest DJs off of Hot 97 because she wanted to put up a picture of him getting his pants pulled down.
Also, in case you do not know, Charlamagne worked alongside Wendy back in her radio days. So take a listen.
Because of Wendy Williams.
What you say?
Oh, that was Wendy. Wendy's whole thing was Diddy was gay since the 90s.
She knew, dog.
No, Wendy was throwing that out there.
Apology.
That's why Wendy got fired from Hot 97. Wendy got fired from Hot 97 by Diddy, because that's when Bad Boy was smoking hot.
Wow.
And she got fired for putting that out there. Like, the reason I wanted Lauren to report that story, because I thought about Wendy so much yesterday.
Everybody did. The whole world did.
And that's what I'm saying. That story came out, and then some old picture of me and Wendy started going viral.
I seen that picture.
Yeah.
And then everybody was talking about her, and I was like, damn, man. I worked with Wendy for a few years, and a lot of things that we've seen over the past, several years, I heard all of these stories about all these people on air and off air. The off air ones was even better. And it just had me thinking, well, what did Wendy lie about? Because there was so many things she told me about people that have come to pass.
She told you about the 1,000 bottles?
She really was a one-on-one, okay? Because she would get actual information. And there's so many things she didn't report. I watched her say, you know, like things would come through and she'd be like, I don't believe that, I don't believe that, I don't believe that. But the things she did believe and reported, boy, those things have come true.
They even were creating.
I mean, I could write a list right now.
Some of them, and
Wendy
they had
said,
what is happening here right now?
boy,
I'm gonna be indicted.
come out as gay.
Allegedly.
All right.
I know we're all exhausted with this whole Diddy drama, but listen, as long as the news pours in, I'm going to be right here to update you guys. Make sure you drop down in the comment box to give me your opinion and your thoughts on Wendy Williams Speaks Out, as well as her distorted past with Sean Puffy Combs. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure before we leave, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and hit that notification bell so that way you know when we go live or we post another video. Thank you guys so much for watching Crowned by Kenzie. Bye.